Noise Engineering is excited to bring MIDI to Eurorack with the Univer Inter. The UI is a 6 HP, 8-channel MIDI-to-CV converter and a whole lot more. Whether you're looking to map clock, note, CC, aftertouch, or something else that MIDI can encode, the Univer Inter can do it. Configure it to send any type of MIDI signal per channel through the Noise Engineering customer portal. We built in over 20 settings for each of the 8 outputs. And if you need more than 8 outs, we got you covered. Chain 2 UIs through the TRS jacks on the front panel. Each UI comes with a 5-pin MIDI to TRS cable and a USB A to B cable, so you can get up and running quickly. Let's start by going over the panel and controls. The USB-in port at the top connects to your computer or another USB host. You'll also use this port for firmware updates. The LED next to the port will light up when connected properly, and it will flash when there's activity. The MIDI in and out jacks use a TRS MIDI Type A connection. Connect to your external gear using the MIDI in port. 2 Univer Inter modules can function as a single 16-output MIDI-to-CV converter by connecting a TRS to TRS cable out of the leader UI and into the follower UI. You must use a TRS stereo cable, not the normal mono patching cables you use for your modules. The rest of the panel has 8 assignable CV or gate outputs with LEDs to indicate activity. Each output has a 0 to 5 volt range. Before you use the Univer Inter, make sure you power up the module and your computer, then connect a USB cable to your computer and the module. Once your module is ready, go to the Noise Engineering customer portal at portal.noiseengineering.us and click on the Univer Inter link at the top. This is where you connect your UI, update firmware, and determine what each of the outputs will do on the module. Skip down to the preset editor. We'll first start by connecting your module. Under the device section, click the Find Connected box. You should also see your module's USB LED blink to confirm it's been connected. The UI will appear in the Select Device dropdown to the left and will be labeled as the preset name that's currently loaded into the module. If there's a new firmware available, you'll have to update your module to continue. If the box is grayed out, it's up to date. Updating will momentarily reboot your module, flash the firmware, and restart your module with the latest version. Now that you're connected and updated, there are a few ways to load some presets. We set up a few quick presets across the top to help you quickly assign outputs, whether you're looking to patch drums, clocks, multi-voice, CC, polyvoice, or clear all parameters with clear all. The output section will auto-complete instantly. You can also load from file, which takes information from a sysx file on your computer and auto-completes the settings. If you already have a preset configuration from a previous session on the UI and would like to review it, click Load from Device. Any changes you make to the output section will need to be saved to the UI for the changes to take effect. Before saving, give the current configurations a preset name, then click Save to Device. You'll see the UI flash a white LED briefly to confirm the save. Under the Global section, there are a few checkboxes. If you have 2 UIs chained together using a TRS to TRS cable, click the Chained UI checkbox. A new section will appear under the Output section for outputs 9 through 16. The USB to MIDI checkbox passes MIDI from the USB port to the TRS output, and the MIDI through checkbox allows MIDI to pass through the module from the MIDI in to MIDI out jack. The trigger and clock lengths are timing signals sent by your DAW or hardware sequencer and can be adjusted if needed on these 2 dropdowns. Now let's go over each of the parameters for the outputs. We built in over 20 settings you can choose from, including monophonic and polyphonic note outputs for pitch, gate, trigger, and various modulation types, including clock and CC. To adjust these settings, select the category, then select the behavior within that category. You can learn more about the specific behaviors by reviewing the Univer Inter manual at noiseengineering.us. The channel dropdown sets the MIDI channel that the output responds to. If needed, the delay dropdown sets the amount of delay between the UI receiving a MIDI message and outputting it as voltage. Octave and note dropdowns respectively set what octave and note is output as 0 volts. Each DAW or external gear you use may have a different setting for what is considered 0 volts, so check the MIDI configurations on their manuals to better match its 0 volts with the UI 0 volts. If you're using a pitch parameter, bend will set the amount of pitch bend in semitones. If you're using CC, set the number the output should respond to. You can also quickly copy and paste the settings from one output to another with the copy and paste boxes. Remember, any changes you make to the output section will need to be saved to the UI for the changes to take effect. To do this, click Save to Device. Again, you'll see the UI flash a white LED briefly to confirm the save. If you want to save these settings to use later, click the Save to File box, which creates a sysx file on your computer. The name of the file will default to the name of your preset. You can even share sysx files with other UI users if you'd like. Once you make changes on the customer portal, close that tab on your browser before opening your DAW. There may be interference if the DAW is open while the customer portal is also open. Let's show the Univer Inter in action. Here's a patch with just gates and CV signals. And here's a patch using the UI's polyphonic parameters with 4 different oscillators. All polyphonic output types are automatically distributed across all outputs of the same type on the same channel using a round-robin method. We'll be creating more Univer Inter content, so like this video, subscribe to this channel, and turn on those notifications to get updates as soon as we publish new videos. We have a few other features on the roadmap, and your input is welcome. For more information about Univer Inter, visit noiseengineering.us or your favorite retailer. While at our website, get early access to all things noise engineering when you sign up for our newsletter. We also make plugins for your DAW. Download our free Frequel plugins and check out our other URAC-inspired VST, AU, and AAX plugins.